Hello everyone, I hope you're doing good and staying safe. My name is Carlos Chavez and here's my video blog for Learning Module 3. So from this module, we looked at the way in which we imagine the United States. We were presented a statistic that 52% of border enforcement agents are Latino. I think this statistic is true because Latinos make up the largest demographic of people that live in border cities along the US-Mexico border. It would make sense that the Border Patrol could recruit Latinos because they are the most abundant people who are easily accessible. Border enforcement agents benefit from their jobs because they can use their cultural background, like their knowledge of Spanish, to communicate easily with the migrants who cross the border. They can determine the reason for their migration and also build some sort of relationship because they're speaking in the migrant's native language. Border enforcement agencies come with high-paying jobs that many Latinos can benefit from. For example, my uncle applied to work in the Border Patrol when he was freshly graduated from college, and they accepted him with his criminal justice degree. Since he was hired almost 15 years ago, they've given him the opportunity to have promotions and continue with his professional development by earning certifications that help him with his work. So even though this job can have an emotional impact on many of the agents, which could hurt them in the short term, I think in the long term, many Latino agents can benefit from the secure, high-paying government job that they have. To move on, Greg Prieto, in their article titled Traitors to Race, argues that Latino border enforcement agents are either humane in their jobs because they feel a transnational racial solidarity with the migrants, or they don't care about racial solidarity and instead have a strong nationalist commitment to the enforcement of the US-Mexico border. I think this argument really goes to show the dichotomy between the people who choose to work in border enforcement. I think there are genuinely a lot of passionate and empathetic agents who love their job, and they try and help migrants who cross the border because they really do care. On the flip side, though, with the recent polarization of the United States from our previous president due to his rhetoric, I have no doubt that there are some agents who have that nationalistic commitment to enforcing strong and possibly inhumane border policies. Most of these radicalized agents are probably white, but we should not discount or overlook the Latino community who shares jobs with these people and has the same racist beliefs. The diversity of our border agents works to help, but I think also hinder the work that they are ultimately trying to do. This moves us into the two films that we watched in this module. The first I'd like to talk about is The Ballad of Esquiel Hernandez. This film shows the consequences of a hyper-militarized border by the hands of the US government. Through orders of the first Bush administration, US Marines were deployed to the US-Mexico border to help secure it from drug trafficking. A group of Marines mistakenly judged Esquiel Hernandez as one of these people and murdered him while he was tending to his sheep. He wasn't an immigrant trying to cross the border. Rather, he was an American citizen who was just minding his own business and tending to his animals. I really think politics was an essential player in this case because it was ridiculed across the country and really put on the national spotlight. The thing that surprised me the most was how sympathetic El Pasoans were to the Marines instead of the innocent dead American. They were so quick to overlook their action because they were just doing their job. But it hurt me to think that people shared that kind of sentiment, even though an innocent man was murdered. Even today, the militarization has served to help protect immigrants who try and cross illegally into the United States. In Who is Diane Cristal, we see one of the many consequences of illegal immigration and the way in which bureaucracy can help. So, the remains of a man with a tattoo with the names Diane and Crystal were discovered in the Arizona desert. And in the film, we get a behind-the-scenes look in the way that the Border Patrol, the Mexican consulate, and forensic analysts from Tucson worked together to help reunite the dead with their families back in Mexico and other countries in Central and South America. So I really think these two films show the way in which the southern border can take or give back to the communities that it impacts. To conclude with Dr. Kelly Hernandez, they conducted a study in Los Angeles to measure the incarceration rates of African Americans and Latino people in the city. Her study concluded that these populations were disproportionately arrested compared to other races through racial profiling efforts. Although her efforts helped bring to light the massive cost of incarceration in Los Angeles, she helped to expose the amount of immigrants that were swept up in these arrests to curb illegal crimes and suppress illegal immigration. Thank you all so much for watching my blog, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait until we get into our discussions as we watch each other's videos. Have a great day, and I'll talk with you soon. Thank you.